I'm Storm Track Chief Meteorologist Jessica Hafner. We are in a ABC 17 Storm Track weather alert day as we are tracking rain and snow across much of mid-Missouri this afternoon. Already starting to see some road impacts across a lot of the area as snow has been coming down at a heavier clip. We've been kind of seeing a back and forth between Columbia and Jefferson City, as you'll notice here on the radar. ABC 17 Storm Track Doppler radar capturing the situation right now. It's turned back over to snow within the last 40 minutes or so in Columbia. It's been kind of back and forth between rain and snow, so it's getting slushy on the roads this afternoon. We're going to pause the radar and kind of take a look area wide. We have some heavier wet snow coming down right along Highway 63 for much of Boone County up towards Mexico. Seeing plenty of pictures along Highway 54 of starting to see some at least slushy roads there. Jefferson City getting a break from the heavier snow bands at this point, but as we take a look back west, we are seeing that rain snow mix between Boonville and Sedalia. All of this continues to filter in, as you'll notice off to the south towards the Lake of the Ozarks. Things are pretty messy. We've got a rain snow mix there. It's coming down at a pretty good clip, so some heavier rain there just off to the west of Camdenton. We're going to continue tracking this precipitation moving through much of mid-Missouri. We're on the Kansas City radar at this point, so I want to flip back over to St. Louis just to see what's going on the eastern side of our viewing area. As you'll notice, most of us are seeing steady snowfall there along and north of I-70. So it's coming down pretty well from Fulton to Mexico. Herman right there seeing that rain snow line, but areas to the south seeing some light snowfall along Highway 50 through much of Osage and into Gasconade counties. Even some heavier snowfall rates just to the south of Vienna. So a lot of us seeing snowfall. I want to take a look at some of our weather cameras around our area. This will show you Jefferson City, Columbia, and the Lake of the Ozarks. You'll notice at the lake we have kind of some foggier looking skies. That's because we have rain coming down Jefferson City. The roads are looking wet, and you'll notice some of that snow trying to come down along Highway 54. Traffic, though, moving fairly well. We've seen rain and snow off and on in Columbia. That has moved back over to snow. You'll see some of that light accumulation on rooftops and the grass. So not a whole lot of accumulation just yet, but that's something we're going to be tracking throughout this evening. We'll take a look at what we can expect for traffic impacts for this evening. I'm expecting roads to definitely start getting slushy. Temperatures are going to be dropping down to about 32 degrees, so not expecting anything to freeze over, but certainly going to be slick, especially on side roads and neighborhoods for the rest of this evening. We are going to have a bit of a break. I'll show you that on the future track here in a minute, but want to get you out the door for tomorrow morning. Count on things to be slick, especially north of I-70. Farther south, they might have to wait a little bit until that next band moves in, but expecting the roads to be in poor condition by tomorrow night, as we'll still be tracking lighter snow moving through the area through about 6 to 8 p.m. By Wednesday morning, we could definitely still have some slick spots, and that's because temperatures are going to be dropping much lower by Wednesday morning. We're going to see overnight lows getting down to about 20 degrees. So anything that has not been treated Tuesday night into Wednesday will likely be slow and slick for Wednesday morning. Here's our ABC 17 Storm Track Future Track. This is the latest guidance coming in, so it's capturing pretty well what we are seeing on radar. So we're going to continue to see high snowfall rates for the rest of this evening, putting down anywhere from 1 to 3 inches of accumulation for most of our area. At this time, just about all of us are seeing snow, with the exception of areas near I-44. We could be holding that rain snow line there. Here's midnight. Drier air is going to start entering this low pressure system as it kind of wraps around and moves through the state. So we are going to have some dry time. The exception of locations north of Highway 24. We could see ongoing snow from Paris to Macon to just north of Brunswick all night. The closer we get to sunrise, we'll start to see that precipitation moving back in. Temperatures are going to be riding just above freezing south of I-70. That's going to be the cutoff line for rain and snow for the overnight hours. Here's 4 a.m. So if you're in Paris, Brunswick, Moberly, likely seeing snowfall again before sunrise. On the backside of this, winds will be picking back up from the northwest. They're going to be very gusty. We could see gusts up to around 35 miles per hour. So that's also going to aid to lower visibility. It's definitely going to be tough to get around tomorrow morning, especially north and west. Here's what to expect by 6 a.m. Areas along and north of I-70, mainly seeing snow. Again, we're going to see that rain snow line somewhere around Columbia or even up towards possibly Avaz, maybe Mexico. It's going to be a very sharp cutoff. Off to the northwest, snow will continue. Those cold northwest winds continue to pull in, and we'll see just about snow for just about all of mid-Missouri by mid-afternoon. Here's noon. Those snow showers continue to wrap through the area. I don't think we're going to have it become as wet or as heavy as what we had today. The snow is going to be a little bit finer, a little bit lighter, but we still will pick up another couple inches of accumulation. Here's 4 o'clock tomorrow. I'm expecting things to be slow and slick for the evening commute. As we get closer to around 5 or 6 o'clock, just about all of us are near that freezing mark. So this will start to continue to accumulate on the highways. Into the evening, here's 7 o'clock. The back edge of that light snow starts to exit east of Highway 54. We are left dry from snow, but check out those temperatures. We're going to be dropping down to the upper teens in some spots to about 20 degrees by 6 a.m. on Wednesday. So while the precipitation will have moved out, we will likely still have some slick spots, especially areas that aren't quite treated just yet. So keep that in mind. Probably going to have a slower morning commute on Wednesday and possibly some more closings and delays. I want to show you what to expect as far as amounts. We're looking at around at least 3 to 5 for Columbia. Points south, maybe a little bit less. We're going to be towing that rain snow line pretty hard there along Highway 50. So if you're in this light purple zone, anywhere from 3 to 5. And that's a storm total. So keep in mind any rain that comes in tonight could kind of eat into that total. We'll still have snow on the ground tomorrow, though, as that second band comes through. So Vandalia, Marshall, Boonville, Sedalia, 3 to 5 inches. Points north, this is where we're going to see the biggest impacts through tomorrow night. From north of Paris up towards Macon, Brunswick, and up towards Kirksville. Anywhere from 5 to 9, possibly some isolated higher amounts across far northern and northwest Missouri. Farther south, near the Lake of the Ozarks, we are looking at around 1 to 3 inches. And that, again, is storm total. So from tonight through tomorrow, including any rain that would kind of cut into those totals. Along I-44, things will be wet and slushy, up to 1 inch of total snowfall accumulation. So this is going to be an ongoing event for the rest of this evening. I want to give you another look at the radar for tonight. We can take a look at that here as we get into our evening commute. We'll zoom back out to kind of our home view just to show you what's going on. Again, this is our St. Louis radar showing you where we still have some of that heavier rain just south of Jefferson City, south of the Missouri River. We have switched back over to snow for the time being. As temperatures continue to drop, though, I imagine by around 5, 6 o'clock, just about all of our area, except for areas near the Lake of the Ozarks and I-44 corridor, we'll be seeing snowfall. So expect a slow evening commute. I'll continue tracking snow showers through about midnight or so before that dry time comes in, with more on the way for at least, especially the northern half of the area for early morning, with all of mid-Missouri seeing impacts by tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening. Coming up in less than an hour on ABC 17 News at 5, we'll get a fresh look at our future track heading into tomorrow morning, and we will have live reports with the current conditions from all around the area. We'll see you tonight on ABC 17 News at 5 on KMIZ.